Afternoon again, and welcome back to Kent, one of my favourite counties. I'm on my own today. I want to try and wild camp in some old Smuggler'S caves that are cut into the cliffs, the white chalky cliffs. There's a sea arch there as well, a really lovely sea arch. You don't see too many of them. And these caves I've scouted out before in the past. The ones that I'm thinking of going in, you can actually climb sort of from the beach up through the cliffs to like a couple of openings cut into the side of the cliff. And from what I've looked at, like research and stuff, they were old smugglers' caves where they used to hide contraband goods from the customs officers back in the day, many years ago. The weather been pretty awful. So yesterday the whole country felt the wrath of Storm Eunice. It's wreaked absolute havoc everywhere. There's massive trees that have come down, there's fences and roofs that have been ripped off. Part of the roof of the O2 Millennium Dome in London got ripped off. Unfortunately there are some people that have lost their lives or they're in hospital and stuff. It's been pretty awful. We had some really strong winds yesterday. It's Saturday today. The drive here wasn't great either. It was heavy rain, strongish winds I'd say, but the rain was really bad. It stopped raining. Of course, we're by the coast, so there's always going to be a bit of a breeze, but it's probably slightly stronger than normal, so hence why I'm sat in the car filming this little intro. I've got a backup spot in case the cliff caves don't work out. There's like a sea cave on the beach, like quite a big cave. Doesn't go that far back, but it's quite wide. And I camped there with Luke after we'd done the Canterbury loop of the North Downs Way. If I end up going there, I've got my Van Gogh Helix 100, my sort of new tent I've only used once. Let's get it. Where is it? Here it is. Great little tent, nice and compact. I think it weighs something like 1.3 kilos. I used it on top of Windover Hill and the Longman of Wilmington on the South Downs. But if I can get in the caves and sort of, camp in there, of course, I'm going to have to use a normal bivvy bag. So I've got my OEX Bush Pro bivvy with me. I can just chuck that down in there, stick everything inside that and get in that because I'll be out of the wind and the rain. Hence why I chose this location for this weekend. Either way, I'm going to try and sleep in a cave. So looking forward to it. It's something a bit different, isn't it? I'm going to get my rucksack sorted out because I'm going to probably just add that to it and then chuck the bivvy inside. It is about 4:30 now and sunset. Not that we're going to have a sunset, but it's going to start getting dark at about 5:15. So I've got less than an hour to walk along the beach and find the caves. Enough talking. Let's get walking. Whoop whoop. So these are the caves in question. Now, just there is the entrance to get in and up through the cliffs up to these little holes, these openings. As you can probably see, there's a bit of a slope inside the cliff where those holes are, so you couldn't pitch up right in the mouth of those cave entrances, but there's probably somewhere in there that I might be able to pitch up. If I can't, if it's not flat enough and stuff like that, then I'm just going to carry on walking along the beach, round the corner to the next bay, and there's a big sea cave on the beach there, like right underneath like the base of the cliff, and I know I can pitch up in there, so, and I'll use the tent for that. But we'll see what the caves are saying. I've had a look in them before to scout them out. I can't remember what they were like though, so it'd be good to, you know, get it on video anyway and show you. And as I say, from what I believe, these were old smugglers' caves used to hide like illegal contraband goods and stuff. And you know, when the customs officers were keeping an eye and trying to stop them smuggling stuff in. So it's really cool. All along this coastline there's loads of history of smuggling and illegal operations and stuff like that. So we're inside the entrance to the cave network. Pretty cool. And this is the first hole that you saw outside. So you can see that slope going right down there. And it's very smooth rock, this as well, so probably a little bit sketchy. It was a bit sketchy getting up it. So the next point is to go try and get through there. I don't know if I'll fit through there, we'll see. Just got to really watch your foot in here. People have been here before, obviously, look. So, in case of crawling through there, I'm going to have to take my pack off for that. I don't know, I probably am a little bit claustrophobic, I guess. I mean, like, this is where going to the gym doesn't help, because I'm not the slimmest of people. I'm sort of, I suppose, bigger than the average bloke. So trying to sort of squeeze through little places like that can be a bit tricky. And yeah, it does make you feel a little bit claustrophobic. Probably if Luke was here, I'd do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like peer pressure, in it. But let's see anyway. I'll dump the pack. And yeah, look, there's the entrance right there. So, and all of this is, look, on a massive slope. So you couldn't pitch up here. I mean, it's all lumpy, bumpy and stuff. Let's see if I can get through there without the pack on. And if I can, and there's a good spot, I'm going to have to drag it through. But like I say, I've got another spot in the next bay, so I can see I'm probably going to end up going there, but we'll give this a go, eh? And like I say, it'd be good to show you it on camera as well. Dump the pack there. Right. Bad, isn't it? People leaving all their rubbish here and stuff. You'd think they could take it out with them, but no. Right, let's give this a go. Jesus. Okay, there's the next hole that we saw. Now that one, I'm definitely not getting through that, nor would I want to really. It's a bit risky. So it was that fear of getting stuck. Looks like there's a little spot down there, centre of the screen. Could possibly go there. Possibly, although I don't know, doesn't look particularly level. It's getting down that slope as well with all the gear, and then climbing back up shouldn't be too difficult. It's climbing down because I could always slip and fall down to the beach. I mean, it's the best spot so far, but it's still not the flattest. Be honest with you, I think I'm going to go round to the other bay and pitch up, and I've got the tent as well so we'll go back through here. But yeah, I've shown you them anyway. I mean, how cool is this though? Like, yeah, they would have hidden like illegal goods and stuff in here. They could have hidden fugitives in here, all kinds of stuff. Let's get back through. I'll be honest with you, I can't wait to get out of here now. He's a little bit claustrophobic. I remember when I went to Smuggler'S caves as a kid, and like that's open to the public and they take you on tours and stuff, and weren't as bad, but there was a couple of really tight squeezes on the tour, and I was a kid then. You know, I was a lot smaller, and then as a kid you have no fear, don't you? But when you become an adult, you're a bit more sensible, and you're like, oh, don't know about that now. Yeah, and now, like 50 kilos body weight later, I sort of feel a bit like, oh, I'm not so sure if I want to try and squeeze through some tight little passageways. But it just opens out this roof, look, all the way up to there. It's incredible. Anyways, yeah, I think I want to go back round to the next bay and pitch up there. So I'll get the pack back on my back and then head down. Wish me luck. Okay, it's time for tonight's cider, which is that Healy's Cornish Rattler, the berry flavour. It's 4%, 500ml bottle, and like I mentioned earlier, this one's from my mate Luke, whose channel is The Real Travelling Amigos. You've probably seen him on loads of my videos, and I'll just read you the back. It's quite funny, seeing as it's this time of year. Fancy a taste of summer? Bursting with strawberry and blackcurrant juice and our famous Rattler bite, all blended with Healy's know-how. Our Rattler berry is a sip of pure sunshine. Chill it, sip it, love it. Cheers, Luke, for this. I'm going to crack it open. Been looking forward to this one because I can't seem to find them round here. So here we go. Let's have a smell test first. I don't know why I was expecting like a cherry smell or something. I'm glad it's not. There's a nice cider smell in the background as well. Alright, cheers. That is good. Definitely getting some strawberry and a very faint hint of blackcurrant. More strawberry. It's not overly fizzy either. I'd say it's almost like slightly sparkling. That's a nice cider. They do a pineapple one as well as like the original. The original's good. Like as far as original ciders go, I'm not a massive fan of them, but the Rattler's not bad. The pineapple Rattler is my favourite by far that I've had so far. I've only had these 3. The pineapple still is up there for me as like numero uno for Rattlers, but this is a second. It's definitely come second place. So one more sip. I'm going to go with like a predictable score again. I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. It's very good, but it's not as good as the pineapple one. But I think that's just due to preference of flavours, really. There's some good ciders they do though, Rattler, and I really like the artwork as well, with like the apple, and the apple peel is a snake, a rattlesnake, which is really cool. Very distinctive logo, and it's got like a slightly embossed finish to the label. Just little things like that, attention to detail, I think is really good. There we go. I'm just waiting for my minced beef hot pot to rehydrate. It says about 10 minutes. It looks really nice. I mean, it's basically mashed potatoes with little bits of like minced beef and like diced vegetables chucked in it, really. But it looks and smells amazing, and I've had this one before, I'm pretty sure I have. It's basically just funky mashed potatoes. That's going to be really hot, I know. Oh, that's lovely. That's like probably the perfect meal for like a winter camp. I'm going to eat dinner, have that cider, crack on with dessert afterwards, which is like a Adventure Foods vanilla dessert, kind of just like, I think like a vanilla mousse kind of thing. I've had it before and it's pretty decent. Tent's really cozy in here. It's really nice. Pitched it well, so it seems all right. Yeah, it's not saggy or anything. And I think there's a decent enough amount of room in here. There's enough room for me anyway. Apologies if there's like some lines going across the screen. I don't know what that is. I think it's to do with the way I've got the lighting set up in here. See if I can change it. Yeah, I'm literally using this hat that's got like a torch on it, like built into it, a little rechargeable torch. I've worn it a couple of times now, like for camps and stuff, and I actually really like it. It was a Christmas present from my aunt, and we thought it was going to be a bit of a throwaway present, and I ended up actually really liking it, and I use it quite a lot now. And it's surprisingly bright, and it's got like 3 different settings on it. It's got this bright setting, and it's got slightly lower, and then that one. So I think if I have it on the bright setting, you don't seem to get the lights, but then you get like a washed out look on my face. I look a bit ghostly. Yeah, so I'm favouring that, along with the little Claris head torch that I mentioned in the last video. That's my 2 main forms of lighting, really, apart from this little light that I've got up here, which is a Polymath Products little tent lantern. It's like magnetic, it's got Velcro on it, it's got a carabiner clip. Tiny little light, takes like some like little hearing aid batteries. Andy Kent Survivor got me that years ago, and it's still going strong. It's really good for just lighting up a tent space. Still got my Wowtac head torch with me as well, and I've got a little through night like keyring mini sort of pen light style torch. That's really bright as well. So really, lighting I'm going overkill on at the moment, so I could actually cut a lot of that stuff out, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe for the next few camps I'm going to take out the Wowtac. I could keep the little keyring torch. The tent light I could potentially take out, and then just use this hat and my Claris head torch. That would be enough, really. Yes, it's been nice chilled out one. I'm gonna have my tea and get some sleep. Been an early night for me, definitely. Hopefully a good 8 hours, that would be nice. I've been off work actually the last sort of week and a half. I just like had to book up some holiday that was left over, you know, before you lose it. So I just took like a week and a half off. Still going in and like personal training clients and training myself in the gym. I've just not been gym instructing, so it's been nice to sort of have a break from that. But I'm back to work Monday morning first thing, so I'm looking forward to it though. Really, that's the beauty of enjoying your job, I guess. You know, I get to do a job that I actually really enjoy doing, so be nice to get back to it really. It sort of gives you a bit of a routine and a structure, doesn't it? And to be honest with you, I've got more friends at the gym I think now than I do really like wild camping. You know, I've got like a select group of friends here, like Luke and Paul and Scatman and Andy, you know, Mark, Hambo, Gary. I'm sure I've missed someone else, I apologise anyway. You know, but I don't see them that often. I don't see them all the time. I see more of my gym friends more often, so it'd just be nice to get back to sort of seeing all of them people and stuff like that really. Anyways, don't know where I'm going with this. I've just been rambling on. Some of you have probably fallen asleep already. Wake up! I'm going to leave it at that. Enough yawning, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. These were those old Smuggler'S caves that I was telling you about that we explored. So we saw that one and that one. That one was one that had the big drop down to here, but then just inside to the right there where my finger is, there was like a little kind of alcove that you probably could have stuck a bivvy or two in. And then the third one higher up here, that's the one that was probably near on impossible to get to. Yeah, that passageway into it was really narrow, and it looked like it kind of collapsed in on itself, like caved in. And you can see there's a lot of rubble in that one as well, so probably a bit risky, that one, probably inaccessible. And it's also home to a lot of pigeons, as you've just seen, so there's probably a lot of pigeon shit in there, and I probably would have been attacked by pigeons and stuff during the night. probably would have been the same even if I'd have slept in this one or that one, so I think I made the right decision in the end. Okie dokie, I'm back at the car. Wasn't a very long walk. The wind, as you may be able to hear outside, has really picked up. As soon as I sort of come around to the next bay, the wind just absolutely just went, and at one point it actually blew the camera and the tripod over as I was setting it up for a walking shot between two rock stacks. I swore. Storm Eunice hasn't completely gone away yet. I think we're probably going to have this for today, and who knows, maybe tomorrow as well. It's just really, really windy. I mean, it's always windy by the coast, usually, but this is a lot worse. I nearly saw an old woman and her dog blown off the cliff. Quite entertaining, anyway. I wanted to sort of try and do something in the storm, but not too dangerous. Friday was a write-off. There was no way I was going out doing anything then. And I'd hoped to sort of crack the bivvy out and use it in one of those caves, but it wasn't to be. Got to use my new little tent again. I'm loving that tent at the moment. It's so simple and it's just good. It just works. It's just brilliant. And I think I've reached a decision now. I will be selling my Terra Nova laser competition one. I just can't get along with it, really. Pitching it is an absolute nightmare. When you pitch it right, it doesn't feel that flimsy, but when you can't get it to pitch properly and get it taut, it's just a nightmare. And it's not worth the weight that it saves. I mean, it is ridiculously light, but I don't know. I'm gonna sell it, and then I may well come back to using a Terra Nova again in the future or something, but at the moment it's just sitting in my room not being used. I've tried pitching it in the garden again and retensioning it and stuff like that, and it's just, I don't know, I just don't like the end bits that are set up anyway. So I'm gonna sell it. To be honest, I've got better tents that are cheaper. That's the thing. Like this little Helix by Van Gogh. My Helm 1, Wild Country Helm 1, best tent I've ever owned. It's fantastic. They're heavier tents, but I'll just cut weight elsewhere on my kit. You got to have a decent tent. You got to have a good shelter that works. And when I say decent that works, I don't mean fancy bells and whistles, cost the earth mortgage tent. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but you don't need a Hilleberg Acto to go wild camping. I mean, if you're doing stuff in the mountains up north and that, you probably need something fairly decent, fairly strong, but I've seen cheaper tents work in those conditions and stuff. To be honest with you, if the weather's really bad, you just don't go out, full stop. Just don't go out. If I know I'm not one to talk, but today and yesterday was kind of after the worst of the storm, so it weren't as bad, so I think I'll justify that. But if you know the weather's going to be really bad and you think tent might not last, don't fucking go out then. Don't go out there, because you'll just end up being a pain in the arse for search and rescue or something like that. I know this area well. I know that it's a short walk back to the car. I know that in that cave I'll be safe out of the worst of the wind and that. I've learnt that the hard way. I've made mistakes before in the past where I've gone out in the middle of a storm and literally nearly died. So just don't do it. You don't get points for bravery here. It's not who's got the biggest bollocks. You just need a tent that works for you, that ticks the boxes. And the tents that I've got, they tick the boxes for me of what I need, what I require from a tent or a shelter. this is actually some big news. We're getting a dog, me and my old Dot. She wants a little puppy, a cockapoo, and we found a breeder in Harlow, and we put a deposit down. I mean, it's a little puppy, tiny. I met him the other day, didn't get any photos or anything. Cute as a button. There's a whole litter of them, of course, and like honestly, you'd want any of them. They're all cute. They're amazing. This one, she's called him Pinot, so they're all named after drinks. There's whiskey, gin. I could rename him Cider, or I thought, what about Aspel? I thought that sounds quite good. Aspel. No Aspel, naughty Aspel. I thought it would be quite good anyway, but my mum wants to call him Bertie. It's all right, but I'm like, it's because there was another puppy we were looking at that was called Bertie. Anyway, so yeah, he's a little cockapoo. He's like sort of a chocolate brown colour, a bit like my beard. I'm probably not gonna have him on any videos like walks and camps, especially, well, not yet anyway, while he's still a puppy, but maybe when he's older, who knows. But honestly, at the moment, it's a hassle having a dog on a camp. I don't think I could do it. I'll share some photos with you and stuff, of course, like on my social media, the community page, things like that. Final thing that brings me to is, if you've not subscribed to me on Instagram, please do. Tom Outdoors 88. I'm trying to get my subscribers up on that actually. I think I'm on 840, something like that. So I want to try and get to 1,000 followers. I think it's achievable. Benefits of subscribing to me on that: you'll get to see kind of stuff as it happens, almost like I'll post photos maybe that night when I'm camping, or you know, photos first thing in the morning. It might be little short clips, you know, behind the scenes stuff, things like that. Just everything and anything really on there. It's almost kind of like a premiere, like a preview of like my videos, so treat it like that. Yeah, so yeah, if you could subscribe to that, Tom Outdoors 88. And I suppose really I need to start plugging this bloody channel. I always say, like, if you like what you see, you're gonna subscribe anyway, usually. But then I found out some people don't subscribe and they still watch, which is great, thank you, but it all helps the algorithm and all that shit if you could subscribe as well, honestly. Yeah, and there's a little bell, click that to get all your notifications, so you'll find out about a video like straight away as soon as it drops. It helps me out massively with the channel. Like, I'm not trying to make money out of this channel. YouTube have just started sticking adverts on everyone's channel, basically to try and make people buy the premium thing where you pay for YouTube to get rid of adverts. So I haven't put adverts on there, okay? That wasn't my decision. If I had it my way, there wouldn't be adverts. I don't agree with it. I think it's really callous and just shitty of YouTube, but you know, that's what it is. So the long-term goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers. That would be inconceivable, but I think it's achievable as well. So I'm on like 8,500 at the moment, so only 1,500 to go. So tell your friends, you know, spread the word of Tom Outdoors. You know, get to 10k and I'll probably do something really special for it. Maybe, who knows, I don't know, I haven't thought about it yet. But anyway, that's all I've got to say, all the plugs and stuff. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sorry I've talked for so long. This is like probably a third of the video or something. Yeah, cheers for watching, cheers for joining me. Until next time, take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe everyone, be nice to one another, and get out there and explore. I'll see you later, cheers, bye.